Usually, we come across pictures of loved up pictures and fail to realize there's more to them than just being heartbreakingly adorable. Animals like dogs, lions, and elephants are known to form strong social relationships in the wild. In the absence of their social groups, it would make sense that these animals seek other animal friends outside of their species. At the same time, other lonely animals may form a parent-child relationship with animals that have helped raise them or spent quality time with them, especially ones that have lost their parents. Whatever might have led to these bizarre relationships could only point to the fact that wild beasts may be far more emotionally complex than many of us believe. Today, we've gathered 15 of the most compassionate and somewhat awkward relationships that prove that wild animals are capable of feeling and exhibiting love. Some of which are similar to those depicted in animations and cartoons. Welcome to another episode of Forever Green, and if you want to see a friendship so sweet and heartwarming, then stick around for number 1, because it will melt your heart and leave you with a tear or two. 15. Bubbles and Bella. The tale of Bubbles, the African elephant, and Bella, the black Labrador, is a peculiar one that shows true friendship is no respecter of size or species. Bubble is an elephant that lives in South Carolina, USA, in the Myrtle Beach Safari. She was saved in 1983 from her family's slaughter by poachers who were in search of ivory. While Bella, on the other hand, is a black Labrador that was left behind by her owner, a contractor who was hired to build a pool at the wildlife reserve in 2007. The pair have since then become great friends and look so adorable together. They both love to jump and play in the water, with Bubbles picking up the ball with her trunk and throwing it for Bella to fetch and bring back to her. 14. Milo the dog and Bone Digger the lion. Here's another rare but true friendship struck up between a 500-pound lion named Bone Digger and his unlikely Dachshund pal, Milo, who have been inseparable since the lion was a cub. Bone Digger the lion has a metabolic bone disease that has left him partially disabled and never leaves the side of his miniature sausage dog friend and his mates Bullet and Angel. The duo has been inseparable over the past 7 years at GW Exotic Animal Park in Winewood, Oklahoma. They are being reared by a double amputee zookeeper, John Reinke, who lost his legs following a bungee jump accident. When Milo and his buddies, Bullet and Angel, sensed that the lion was disabled, they always sought to protect and comfort him. They all cuddle, feast on raw meat, and play in the grounds together. The zookeeper described the bond between the 11-pound wiener and the 500-pound lion as the only of its kind in the world. Milo can also be seen imitating the lion when he tries puffing to communicate with other lions in the park. The pair also show great affection towards their zookeeper. They play and run towards him, excitedly whenever they see him after a long time. 13. Tinny the dog and Sniffer the wild fox. Whether you've seen Disney's beloved The Fox and the Hound movie or not, you'd love the story of Tinny the dog and Sniffer the wild fox, two unimaginable friends from two different worlds. Tinny is a dog that lives with its owner and photographer, Torgy Bergi, in the forest of Norway. On one of their walks in the woods, they met a wild fox that they later named Sniffer. The pair eventually became unlikely animal friends despite the thousands of years of breeding and social circumstances that stood between them. Torgy Bergi now follows the cute buddies around as they romp and play through the woods. Fortunately, he brings his camera along to capture the shenanigans of these animal friends for the world to behold. The shenanigans of these two adorable animals remind us that wild animal, which a lot of us disrespect or fear, can also be similar to the domesticated animals we love than we thought. The experience has changed Bergi's perspective on Norway's fox fur trade. He is now seeking to help ban the hunting of fox for their fur in Norway. He hopes to achieve this partly by publishing a photo book about the pair's adventure titled The Fox and the Dog, together with writer Barrett Hellberg. 12. Bee the giraffe and Wilma the ostrich. Bee and Wilma have become great as a result of their time together at Busch Gardens in the United States. They both live in a huge 65-acre enclosure, so their friendship isn't forced. They spend time together willingly. According to the zookeepers, these two animals can't seem to get enough of each other. Could they have bonded over their long necks? Their gorgeous gaits? Whatever it might be, something magical must have brought Bee the giraffe and Wilma the ostrich together. The Busch Gardens is a 65-acre Serengeti plain filled with zebras, rhinos, giraffes, African elephants, and birds. Although most animals tend to be around their species, Bee and Wilma, both born and raised in the park, have sought after each other more. Jason Green explained that the animals in the park have plenty of opportunities to interact with one another. He further explained that giraffes and ostriches, by nature, are very curious animals, and they don't shy away from checking each other out. 11. Torque the dog and Shrek the owl. A 6-month-old dog named Torque adopted a tiny baby owl called Shrek when she was taken from her mother for her safety just after 3 days of her birth. It was feared that Shrek's mother would eat her first clutch if she became stressed or threatened by predators. As a result, adoptive dad Torque is now watching over the rare bed at the home of head falconer John Picton. They can be seen spending their evenings together watching EastEnders and Coronation Street. Shrek is free to roam the house as she strengthens her legs and sometimes snuggles up to Torque on the sofa. They often sit outdoors of the Ringwood Raptor and Reptile Center in Hampshire's New Forest, with Torque guarding his little feathered friend. The pair began their friendship when the then 3-inch-high Shrek was fed her meal of marsh rats and quail in the same room with Torque. The duo was held close so Torque could smell her. John believes that Shrek's interaction with dogs and humans at an early age is the ideal training she needs to be a display owl at feedees and open days. John also stated that Torque seems to have adopted Shrek as his daughter and sometimes can be very protective. 10. The deer and the rabbit. This is a friendship made straight out of Disney's classic Bambi. The pair were spotted by Tanja Ascani, a photographer and animal scientist, who spotted the pair while taking pictures in the wild. The circumstances surrounding their apparent friendship are unknown, but for sure, there's more than meets the eye about these animals than the loved-up pictures taken by Ascani. 9. Cat and the Fox. In Vaughan, Turkey, a local would never believe that a fox and a cat he saw while eating some leftover fish would become the best of friends. The duo was first spotted in 2011 at Lake Vaughan. Since then, it's been reported by onlooking fishermen that the pair are inseparable and have grown their budding relationship. The fishermen have continued to feed the pair, watching them play together and fool around. 8. Manny the wild boar piglet and Candy the dog. Manny could be considered the luckiest wild boar on Earth. He was found starving in rural Engriekhaus, Germany, by the Dahlhaus family. His mother apparently abandoned the weeks-old piglet, and he had certainly started life on the wrong foot. Fortunately, the Dahlhaus family adopted him, bottle-fed him, and introduced him to an unlikely friend, Candy, the family's Jack